strategist Laura Ringel. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
But I think that first of all, before we go into anything, we should let everybody take a look at this ad. So let's just take a peek at it. Here it is.
Tiger, I am more prone to be inquisitive, to promote discussion. I want to find out what your thinking was. I want to find out what your feelings are. And did you learn anything?
Did you learn anything?
Absolutely.
What did you learn? I mean, that ad. Okay, you give me your opinion.
My opinion, I think Nike's absolutely brilliant in putting this ad out. I think smart brands, they find that sweet spot between communicating performance and communicating just that personal connection to their brand, and what this ad does.
What has this got to do with their products?
It has to do with perseverance. If you take a listen to what the father is saying in this ad, whether it be about Tiger's situation that he's in now, or whether it be about golf. It's about listening to your father, listening to your coach, listening to yourself to understand what those barriers are that you're reaching, trying to overcome them, so that you can.
When you first saw it or heard it, did you not think it was sort of creepy? You know, having his dad talk to him. We know his dad's passed away years ago.
See, it gave me chills.
How'd they get that tape?
I think it's brilliant. It actually came from old footage. It was a documentary that was done on Tiger Woods. So it is his father.
It's the real thing, yes.
It's the real thing. It's taken out of context, but any good advice shouldn't just apply to one time in your life. If you're taking good advice, it can apply to golf, it can apply to basketball, it can apply to certain situations where you messed up.
You're the branding expert, so I leave it to you. I'm just giving you my guy in the street point of view. But let me ask you this then. Are there not going to be as many people turned off it as who say that it's brilliant, as you say?
Absolutely. I think it's upsetting a lot of people.
Is that a good thing?
I think it's a fantastic thing. I think smart ads, especially now, if you want them to be viral and you want people to talk about them, you have to upset them, you have to entertain them, or you have to really touch their emotions. And I think that this ad does all three.
Do you believe that any publicity is good publicity? Is that a general rule?
Not all the time, but most times it's good publicity if you leverage it the right way.
What about Tiger himself? He tried to put this behind him, and today is his first game back. And so here's the ad today, as talking about clearly about his past picadillos.
Yeah.
So I mean, what about his efforts to say, well, I'm putting that behind me? They pay enough money to get over that?
Well, it's absolutely smart to do that, because I think the best brands are actually defined not by their mistakes, but how they overcome those mistakes, how they overcome their barriers internally and externally, and actually create that hero by leveraging their mistakes.
And you think he's a hero looking at chastened by his father?
He's creating an underdog image, which has benefited him in the past. Whether it be an underdog because he's biracial or multiracial, or an underdog now because of the mistakes that he's made, people are going to relate more to that. And as he succeeds as an athlete, he's going to have a lot more fans, I believe, because of that.
Laura, I'm not sure I agree with you, but I am sure that you're brilliant.
Thank you.
You are brilliant at this game. Let's just go to some of our callers. Let's go to Paula in Toronto. Paula, you're on the Drew Live.
Hi.
Hi. What do you think about the ad?
I thought it was a brilliant move. I thought it was fantastic.
Why?
Because everybody's talking about it. Either they hate it or they love it.
Yeah.
And what we have to understand is that Tiger, that's Nike's cash cow. Okay, they're not just going to, come on. Let's be real here. Tiger Woods is one win away from redemption. If he wins the Masters, all of this stuff with the women and the Texas and the whatever, it's all going to be swept under the rug. I mean, give me a break.
But he's bringing it up. I mean, he brought it up in this commercial, Paula.
But that's the brilliance of Tiger Woods. I mean, come on. Regardless of what happened with the women and the texting and the whatever, he is brilliant. People are talking about it.
Well, Paula, there's no question. Obviously, that's your feeling, and thank you very much for tuning in. Look at this. This is Vanity Fair today, Laura.
It is.
Vanity Fair came out today. Grace Kelly on the cover. Inside, and I showed you this earlier, pages and pages of pictures of Tiger Woods' girlfriends. Now, there's a magazine. I can't even show these pictures on this show because they're so salacious. But I mean,
They are?
This is going to be around for a long time.
It will be. I mean, everyone's trying to benefit from a story like this.
You said when you saw that picture, you blushed.
I did.
Let's go to Kevin in Keswick. Kevin, you're on the Drew Live. What do you say?
Hi, Mr. Drew. Actually, I have a very different opinion on this than most people.
Okay.
your last caller there, comment Tiger Woods is brilliant. He might be a brilliant golfer, but on a personal level, it just shows you how he respects his own family. And then this Nike commercial, Tiger Woods' father has passed away. Mm-hmm. That man should be resting in peace. You know what I mean? Like, that man was deceased before this happened, or before all of this came to light. And now he's being brought into it to try to help his son. Tiger's a big man. He should be able to walk on his own feet. You know what I mean?
I hear your point, Kevin. Thank you very much, Laura. How would you respond to
Well,
Kevin?
I think what better opportunity can you have than to leverage some guidance, some coaching that your father already provided to inspire not only yourself, but your fans. I think it's a great move, and it's actually a beautiful thing to do.
It's a beautiful thing?
Beautiful thing to do. It's not exploiting. I don't think that he'd put his father in a position where he'd feel like he'd exploit him. I think he's actually benefiting.
Do you not think, no, let me try this one on you, because Tiger clearly wanted to put this behind him, and here he is with an ad now. Does it not say that he is sold out? Like, I mean, whatever, pay me more money and I'll do anything, almost.
Well, I think he's being a man, he's manning up, he's acknowledging what happened, because his fans and people who aren't his fans haven't forgotten about it. So you need to talk about it, or else you're completely lost in the story.
Talk about, go to therapy, and talk about, holy cow.
Go to therapy, go to
Nike. Coming on tonight at 10:30. She had views on that one. Let's go to Benjamin in Pickering. Benjamin, you're on the Drew Live. Do you have an opinion? Benjamin?
Oh, hi. It's Benjamin. How are you?
Well.
Good. Thank you. I'm glad to be on the air.
Okay, now what's your view on this one, though?
I don't think it's appropriate for his voice to be used again. It was out of context, and it shouldn't be used. He's dead, he's died, and he should be resting in peace.
Okay, Benjamin, thank you very, very much for your view. It seems that, aside from whatever the connotations of his past behavior, what some of our callers are focusing on is the father's voice.
Right.
And that's where some people get creeped out by it.
They do, but they're not talking about his indiscretions anymore, which is interesting.
No, they aren't.
No.
But, all the magazines are. They're still going.
You're right.
Well, what do you think of the idea if he wins the Masters or really comes back? We heard Ken Reed tonight saying that, he had a brilliant day at it.
Mm-hmm. I think
How's that gonna work?
he'll benefit more by not winning the Masters. He needs to.
Really?
Absolutely. I think as a brand and for Nike, if I was to manage those two brands, I would hope he didn't win. Maybe if he comes close, that's great. But you want to leverage the fact that he's still that underdog, make it believable, make people cheer for him further to say, wow, he's really not experiencing something good in his life right now. So that when he finally gets there, because of that delay, the story's that much bigger.
Brand specialist or something. You add people. I know, nefarious. We can squeeze one more in. Rick in Oshawa. We have to make it quick, Rick. Rick? We aren't going to make it quick because we already lost that. So you're saying if he doesn't win the Masters, comes close, that shows that he has an uphill, climb?
Absolutely.
And that's better?
The bigger the climb, the more relatable it is, the bigger the brand opportunity.
Because we like the underdog?
We do. We love the underdog. We can relate.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm relating. I just think you're brilliant about this. So thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Boy, whatever you sell, I'm sure you sell it well. Okay, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to introduce you to a roller coaster aficionado. He's been all over them, ups and downs. He'll be here. Stay with us.
Thank you so much.
To reach us within the